Hello, Camper family. This is Dr. Ebony Bell. I miss you all so much. For those who may be watching that don't know me, I am Pastor Ronald Bell's wife, and I'm so excited to share with you today. I love Kwanzaa. Listen, when I was young, we would every single year, as opposed to Christmas, my family celebrated more of Kwanzaa. And we would celebrate by coming together as a family. Just a beautiful, gathering of a Black family. People would come from states, near and far, and we would come together and share about the principles of Kwanzaa. And one of the big things that we did was the children in the family had to come together and think of a plan or a project for each one of the principles. And so normally I would be doing creativity because as a visual artist, I would always create some kind of artwork and, just be able to talk about it. And so I absolutely love Kwanzaa. I find value in Kwanzaa. I love it. And I think it's a great way to specifically help Black children to kind of understand more about the African American culture. But today I'm honored to be asked to speak to you all about purpose. And purpose is Nia, right? So Nia is the Kwanzaa principle that we're going to talk about today. And I want to start it off with the scripture for you. And then I want to talk a little bit about purpose and what it really is and what I believe God is saying to us in this season. So I'm going to read for you Jeremiah 1:5 in the New International Version. And it says, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I appointed you as prophet to the nations." Let's read that again. This is good stuff. And I'll read it to you this time in, New King James Version. "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I sanctified you. I set you apart. I sanctified you. I made you special. I made you unique. I did something special in you. I ordained you a prophet to the nations." This is God speaking to Jeremiah, reminding him, oh no, don't doubt your calling. Oh no, don't doubt who you are. I thought about you before I created you. I had an idea in mind about you. And then I created you. I created you with that idea in mind. And the point that I want to really drive home today as we talk about Nia or purpose is that your purpose is not just what you do. It is who you are. Let me say that again. Your purpose is not just what you do. Your purpose is who you are. In other words, you were created by purpose, right? In purpose, on purpose, right? And so your existence itself is purpose. God knew you. He thought about you. He had an idea about you before you were born. He used that idea. Think of his idea as a paintbrush, and he painted you. He created you. He knitted you in your mother's womb. He knows how many hairs you have on your head. He knows the plans that he has for you to prosper you, to give you hope in a future, even in the midst of a pandemic, not to harm you. He has an intention about you. God was intentional about you. And so I'm going to give you 3 points that I want you to take away as we think today about our purpose, why we are here. This is a question we ask ourselves in every stage of life. God, what is it that you have for me to do in this season? God, who am I in this season, Lord? Who am I in the midst of a pandemic, God? Why did you call me to be on earth now? Okay, that's really what we're talking about when we think about purpose. Purpose is, number one, connected to your potential. Your potential is what you have not done yet, what you have not accomplished yet, completed yet. It's the yet and still to come. You still have purpose. Okay? I don't care how old you are. I don't care what season of your life you're in, how long you may have been married or not married. You have purpose. And it's in your presence. And it's in the simple fact that you are here. You are created. You exist. And because you exist, there is a divine purpose in you, period. You still have worth. You still have value. There are still yet things for you to do. And so point number one on this talk, as we look at purpose, is that your presence is your purpose. Number two, look at your personality. Look at the unique gifts and talents, the quirks about your personality, the uniqueness about you, the thing that you can do, the presence that you bring that nobody else can do it like you. Nobody else can do it. Nobody else can recite a poem like you. Nobody else can encourage like you. Nobody else can dance or sing like you. Nobody plays that instrument quite like you. No one can write the book about your life quite like you can. You still have purpose. Number one is in your presence. Number two is in your personality and how God knitted you together specifically for such a time as this, which leads me to my last point. Purpose is in your positioning. You were positioned to be here on earth in 2020. 2020 wasn't ready for you. It wasn't ready for you, right? But you were ready for it. How do I know that? Because God created you on purpose and in purpose for now, such a time as this. And so you were one of the ones that God allowed to be birthed in such a way during a time where we're in a pandemic. And so your purpose is in a pandemic. All right. If you want to add a fourth P. But my point is that you're here for a reason and you can seek that reason through God. He is the one who can reveal to you your purpose in this season. So happy Kwanzaa. Happy New Year. Look forward to God revealing to you much more about your purpose in this season because you've done a lot, right? But you still have potential to do more. Listen again, my name is Dr. Eboni Bell. I'm honored to be married to Pastor Reverend Dr. Ronald Bell, and I'm so excited to have shared with you today about Nia. You still have purpose. I love each and every one of you. I miss you so much.